A more complicated case, which could be intimidating, is when both demand and supply shift at the same time. So look at those. This could be intimidating, but here I'm teaching you the way to make this task more doable. That is by breaking things down. So here, let's review the previous one shift that we studied in 4A. The consequence on quantity, equilibrium quantity from increase in demand is the quantity will increase. Equilibrium price will increase, right? Otherwise, they'll both fall. But increase in supply, quantity will increase, price will decrease. More products, right? So quantity increases, but each of them will be cheaper. So knowing all those, it definitely will help us in determining the new equilibrium quantity and new equilibrium price, quantity and price, okay, by breaking things down. So here, let's look at case one. We have increase in both supply and demand. So the consequence of increase in supply is price will increase, quantity will increase. The consequence of increase in, the consequence of increase in demand is price will increase, quantity will increase. The consequence of increase in supply is quantity will increase, price will decrease. Quantity increase, price decrease. So with this, what we can do is first write those down, right? And the blue one stands for the consequence of changing demand, and the red one is the consequence of changing supply. So now look at those. In quantity, both shift will cause the quantity to increase. Then for sure, no matter which shift is of a greater magnitude, the new quantity will definitely be greater than the old quantity. Okay, now let's look at the price. Okay, increase in demand cause the price to increase. Demand increase. Let's look at the old supply, right? Demand increases, the price will increase. Okay, and then for supply, we fix on the old demand, supply increase, price will decrease. So these are of two opposite direction. Then which one is greater will tell you the final direction, right? So in the first case, demand shift is bigger. Then the price increase dominates the price decrease coming from the supply shift, supply increase. Then the consequence is the final equilibrium price will be greater than the original equilibrium price. If it is the opposite, if the demand only shift outwards by a little, but supply will shift outwards by a lot. Again, let's focus on price, right? Again, increased demand caused the price to increase. Increase in supply caused the price to decrease, but here supply is of a greater magnitude. So it tells you the price decrease will dominate. Okay? So here, listing things out will definitely help. And we focus on one thing at a time. Let's look at another example. Example three, decrease in demand and increase in supply. So if demand decreases, what's the consequence? The consequence of demand decreases, price will decrease, quantity will decrease. The consequence of increase in supply is quantity will increase, price will still decrease. So here in both cases, price will decrease. But in one case, quantity decrease, in another case, quantity increase. Then for sure, the new equilibrium price will be lower. It is ambiguous which shift is of a greater magnitude that actually determines whether the new equilibrium quantity is greater than the original equilibrium quantity. So for instance here, if the demand shift is a lot, that means the price, the quantity drop will be a lot coming from this demand decrease. And the supply shift is small, supply shift outwards, that increases the quantity, but not big enough to offset the quantity decrease caused by the demand decrease. So in that case, eventually, the demand decrease coming from a bigger, the quantity decrease coming from a bigger demand decrease dominates, all right, and causes the final equilibrium quantity to be smaller. And if the supply dominates the demand, then the quantity increase coming from the increased supply dominates the quantity decrease coming from the decreased demand, right? So the result is the quantity, the new equilibrium quantity will be greater than the original equilibrium quantity. So again, break things down. Let's focus on price and then focus on quantity. And even you can use the original one that you learned when there is only one shift, right, as the basis for reference. I hope this could be helpful. Thank you.